Today, we're going to talk about moochdocking. Hello, YouTube. Today, I want to have a little discussion with you about what I call, and many others call, moochdocking, or driveway surfing. Now, you've heard the term boondocking or dry camping, where you go out somewhere and you don't have any hookups and you just park your unit out there and live off the unit and nature. I do that a lot. A lot of my trips are boondocking locations, and I enjoy that very much. Moochdocking is a little bit different. You're parking basically at somebody's home. So and hence the term mooch, because you can mooch off their facilities. A lot of people will use it to have electrical and water hookups and use it as a base of operations, maybe when they're vacationing. You know, I could go to Michigan, for example, where I'm originally from, and I have done it, and I parked at my daughter's place for a few days. Or I parked at my friend Pat and Don's place up north for a few days and hang out with them and visit with them, and I'm on their property. I don't typically use the hookups, though a lot of people do when they moochdock. I'm using it more to visit people rather than using it as a base of operations. So, you know, I've gone to Pat and Don's. I've been on the Muskegon River with Tom and April. I parked on a side street in Knoxville, Tennessee to see my grandson. Parked right in front of his house. I'd have parked in the driveway, but it was too steep. I couldn't even think about getting it level, so I parked it in the street. I've parked, it's still a mooch dock because I parked at a store parking lot, but my neighbor, excuse me, one of my longtime friends runs the little store, and he actually lives in the back of the store. So technically I was moochdocking. I was parking at his place. And a couple things you need to do. I mean, I do it too, but not to the same extent. Depending on the size of the unit, what facilities you're going to use. If you're going to moochdock with friends, obviously you should contact them first. Make sure it's all right. Let them know what size rig you've got so that they can verify you have enough room. I'm running a Class B van, so if they got a driveway or a side street, they got enough room. I don't need a lot of room like a Class C or A or a travel trailer or something might need. So if you've got a larger unit, you definitely have to check the space. If you need facilities, if you need electrical hookup, you need to make sure you've got the connectors and that they've got a source of electrical or water near enough to your unit. Several of my locations, I moochdock in New Hampshire for usually 3 days at my old neighbor's. I park in the back of his acre lot in the trees. He's always offered electrical or water hookup if I was to need it. I never have, but they offer. If you are going to need it, though, you should let them know. I think one of the most important things is to make sure they've got room and that's fairly level so you can set your unit up. Again, that's not normally an issue for me, though, as I say, like my grandson's, a very steep driveway, so I parked in the street rather than in the driveway. Other people, I parked in the driveway, or they may say park on the grass. But again, be courteous and respectful of their property. I have had, most of them will offer me to use their bathroom facilities or shower. I very often will take them up if I'm going to be there a couple days, 3 days, on using the shower. It saves me water and saves me filling up my tanks. So that's a big plus if you can do that. I highly recommend using that for any type of moochdocking, just so that you do conserve your water and do not have to dump as often. It's a great way to visit and see people. As I mentioned before, I don't usually use it as a base of operation for sightseeing. I use it more for visiting. One of my trips annually is to Florida, right around the first of the year. And what I try to do there is line up several, being 6 or 8 people, that I'm going to go and visit each day. And I drive, it's just a short drive when you're in the state of Florida to the next one, and try to get there by noon. I park in their property. I hang out with them for the day. You know, and again, if you've got animals, you need to be respectful of them and let them know that you're traveling with the animal. If that's an issue, then you shouldn't go there. They all know I've got Maggie, so Maggie's pretty much welcome everywhere. And but I do let them know it's me and Maggie coming, and I will show up there. I usually, as I say, try to get there 11, 12, spend the afternoon visiting. We'll usually grab dinner, spend the evening hanging out, and it's what I call good quality time with old friends. And then you break and they go in their house or go to bed, and I go into the van and go to bed, and they've got their own privacy, and I've got a little privacy, and not keeping each other up all night and whatnot. Often I'll see them in the morning. If I've got a long ways to drive, I may leave before they get up, depending on their lifestyle. But it's one day and then one day and one day. And I enjoy those trips because it lets me connect with people once a year that I wouldn't otherwise probably see at all. And I can go out for 10 days and hook up with eight or nine people. So I use my Moochdocking a lot of times for that purpose. And even when I'm going into other trips, if I can, I try to Moochdocking locations so that I can hang out with people. And as I said, I stayed in my old neighbors for 3 days in New Hampshire. This particular year, I went and saw my friend Scott in Epping, New Hampshire, parked in his driveway. My friends Mike and Kim up in, they moved to Vermont. They were neighbors of mine. They've got a 16-acre, like a farm up there, and parked right in the field of the farm, not too far from the house, and hung out there for the day and the night. So it's a great way to travel. It's a great way to see people and spend a little extra quality time with them. Just be respectful of them and their space, remembering that you're using it. If you do have services you need, please let them know ahead of time and say, hey, you know, would I be able to plug into electric? Do you have electric near where I'm going to park? And that kind of stuff. So it's not a big deal, but it can become a big deal if you don't lay all the cards out on the table before you get there, both from your end and from the party's end where you're parking and utilizing their services. So just thought I'd share that with you today. I enjoy it. Give it some thought if you've got an RV, and it's a good way to spend a little time, quality time, visiting with old friends, one-on-one. Take care. We'll catch you down the road a piece, everybody. Thanks for sitting down and letting us have a little conversation across the table. Take care. Bye-bye.